All right, welcome to MTGU Fight Club. Tonight is Rich versus Blades. We're playing Modern. Green, White, Hate Bears versus Blue Tron at last.
Not at last. I'm actually not looking forward to this matchup.
So that's not a good way to start off a video. Do you think people are just going to keep watching it after you say you're not looking forward to it?
Well, yeah, we're going to watch Blue Tron get its butt handed to it.
Okay.
Probably more than likely, just because this... I don't think this is looking like a good matchup for Blue Tron, just because there's a lot of hate main board in the green.
Speaking of the hate, do you mind pulling up the deck lists, James?
Let's do that. So let me find this.
We've had a lot of people asking for the green-white hate bears to be played. We've had a lot of people ask for Tron to be played, so we're going to combine
So we're
the two.
playing them together.
Blue Tron as well.
Specifically Blue Tron, which is terrible, but we're going to do
All
it
right, so
anyway.
here's the mono blue Tron screen. Sorry, you guys can't see it right there. I have to work this out so that you guys can see what's going on, but I don't have that set up yet. Okay, so mono blue Tron list is up.
You want to talk about the deck, what it does, what's win,
that's
con?
Me. So mono blue Tron, just like any other Tron list, they're pretty much just striving to get their Tron lands online by turn 3, so that they can land the biggest thing possible as early as possible. Normally it's a Tron or a Karn. This list only plays 2, which I'm not totally sold on, but from what I've seen, almost every single mono blue Tron list only plays 2 Karn. They like to shift their win cons out for just a little bit. They got a Mindslaver as another 2 of. They got a Sundering Titan as a singleton, a Platinum Angel as a singleton, Worm Coils, which is another one that is normally a 4 of in most other Tron lists. So this seems a little bit everywhere, but I think that maybe since it has a few more tutor effects, less so on the land side and more on the artifact side, I think it's more powerful in the end, but it's also a little bit less consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, so the idea is like with Mindslaver, they just Mindslaver lock their opponent using Academy Ruins to basically just put the Mindslaver back on top of the library and then put it back on the battlefield the next turn and just basically force their opponent to draw out. Karns, obviously, turn 3 is amazing, right?
Yeah, especially if you're on the play. You play Karn, you nuke their land, and you keep them down to very low land for the rest of the game.
Yeah, the difference between mono blue Tron versus red green Tron is red green is a lot of sweeper type effects with big huge guys, whereas blue is a little bit more tempo oriented, where they just kind of want to draw out the game and end up kind of either getting the Mindslaver lock or just nuking your lands with Karn or whatever and just kind of drawing the game out. So
right, the blue has more of the combo aspect to it, to where it can just win the game out of nowhere.
Right.
Whereas the other one, it's just powerful things quick.
Definitely. And the way that they get the Karn turn 3, for those of you who haven't, don't know what the Urza lands are. Basically, the Urza lands, when you have all 3 of the different types out, they tap for additional mana, so you can get 7 mana for just 3 lands. But I'm playing Green White Hate Bears. This is a deck that we've had a lot of people asking about. So,
Okay.
Green White Hate Bears. The idea is it plays things. It's very, very much like Death and Taxes in Legacy, where it uses Aether Vial to basically cheating creatures into play. They use things like, one of the big things that they use is like Leon and Arbiter with Ghost Quarter, which essentially can be like a strip mine early enough in the game and just kind of keep your opponents off their land base while also still being able to play guys off of the Aether Vial. They play a lot of just sturdy creatures on their own. Lux and Spiders, because it can't be countered. Things like Blade Splicer. Blade Splicer, when it comes into play, puts a 3/3 golem into play, and so things like Flicker Wisp and Restoration Angel, you're able to get extra value, right? They use things... Basically, the idea is it just kind of wants to control your opponent using creatures to be able to just draw out the game and beat them down eventually.
It feels a little bit more tempo-oriented, like similar to the Delver list, where this one is a little bit more focused on the hate from its creatures to stop your opponents from doing stuff. So it seems like the good matchups in this one are going to be more of the drawn-out games, whereas the bad matchups are going to be more of the aggressive decks that come down and all at you, I feel like.
Right.
Since your creatures, since they have those effects, they just aren't as strong as most aggressive creatures.
Yeah. And the deck that I chose, I took a deck that already took top 8 at some Star City game open or something, and I kind of just tweaked it, a lot of cards out of it, and just kind of changed it a little bit to my own, more like I dropped Lux and Smiters a little bit, I dropped some of the Blade Spikes a little bit, added some Breemaz, added Voice Resurgence, because I don't know why, because that's just an amazing card. People should be playing it.
Yeah. And just the note that Damon just brought up, the list doesn't currently show the Aether Vials.
Oh, yes, it does not.
I didn't fix that. I know when I refresh it, it comes up as the opening card, but I don't have the...
yeah, it uses the macro, right? The AE.
The AE is a weird character that isn't easy to use on the web.
So it shows up,
and it's hard to search for it because it's not the same thing as just using an AE. So, anyway, anything else you wanted to talk about with green-white hate bears?
No, I think that's really about it, right? You just kind of chain up the Aether Vial. It's kind of like pseudo birthing pod for me.
Yeah,
kind of, not really, nowhere near, but it's kind of.
I can see the consistencies.
Yeah, like it's just trying to chain up the Aether Vial to get extra value, and just like Stoneblade or not Stoneblade, sorry, Death and Taxes and Legacy. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So we're on our game screen now.
Oh, 11.
11Zs.
Ah.
5. Okay, I'll play. Is that Mason? Is that the dude?
Is that who that is?
I'm trying to figure out. Oh, no. That's so good, though.
So we're in a new studio today, and hopefully we're not going to change studios again anytime soon. It's still under construction, as you can see from the drywall behind us.
So I kind of just want to keep this. This seems really bad, though.
I guess I'm fine with you keeping that then. Because I feel like in this matchup, I am more than likely going to need as much help as I can get, because those Arbiters are pretty much going to wreck me, I believe, especially with you on the play.
Let's try it.
The Ghost Quarters as well are going to be reasonably rough. I'm good as well.
Okay, I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes out. Aether Vial, go.
Yeah. Mine.
Okay.
Map.
Okay.
You.
Untap, upkeep, put a counter on it. Draw. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. Activate Aether Vial.
Right here, I think I'm just going to sack map, search for...
What is that you played, Rich?
I activated Aether Vial to put Noble Hierarch into play.
Noble.
No, I think I'm actually just going to hold off. Like, I want map to happen, but I don't know what to search for yet. So, I'm just going to hold off on that.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Sure.
Okay.
Trigger.
Potentially I should crack it in response to that trigger, but it's less important.
Breemaz? Remand? Okay.
Alright. Draw for remand. Hand.
Put it in my hands. Go. See, tempo.
Go ahead.
It's been a while since I've played Trigger.
Yeah. So now that that's on 3, Arbiter is less of an issue for me. Now it's Blade Splicer, and I can't really think of what else he has at 3. Flicker Wisp? Do you play Flicker Wisp?
There's Lurge and
No, I do not play Flickerless. Well, yes, I do. Yes. Smiter.
Smiter's fine.
Go ahead.
End of your turn. Thirst for knowledge.
Okay. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact.
Yep.
Which is fine for you because you can just discard things and get them back with Academy runs. Seems really, really good. So the reason why I just played the Smiter out right there is because it can't be countered, and so he can't cantrip with another remand or use some other sort of counter spell. There's not a whole lot in the deck list.
Discard.
So okay.
Draw for turn. Play a tower.
Okay.
Play a map.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Activate.
Yeah.
Remez?
Sure. Oh yeah, I totally bounced that back to your hand too.
Yes, you did. Michael?
Yeah.
Untap. You know what I just realized we forgot? Cat tokens.
Oh. Well, we could get some real
Meow.
cats out here.
Voice.
Voice is fine.
Okay. It's okay. I've got a construct token that'll work. Declare attack phase.
Sure.
Attack for 8.
8's fine.
Okay. Go ahead.
End of turn.
This is a cat. Letting everybody know
Crack
at
map?
home that that's a cat. You're gonna crack expedition map?
Yep.
Seems fine.
Power plant.
Okay. So he just went and found the last piece he needed for his Tron, so.
And you're hurting a little bit on land, it seems like.
Yeah, to an extent. I'm doing okay, though. I'm bad at this game, though, and didn't do something I should have done. But it's fine.
Tap. Draw. Power plant. Tron online.
Does it make a noise when it comes online?
This is, what is it? Voltron Assemble! No.
No.
Okay.
All right.
All is dust.
Sacrifice all all colorless permanents, right?
All colored.
Colored. I didn't know you were running that near. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
No wonder he was so
Voice dice trigger.
okay about.
Yep.
I get to keep my Aether Vial.
You do, unfortunately. And pass.
Okay.
Another one.
Bremas?
Bramaz is fine.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep.
Yep.
Move it up to 4. Draw. Ooh. Seems good. Thalia? She's a 2/1 first strike
Non-creatures.
legendary. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast.
Yeah, I guess that's fine.
Okay. Declare attack phase.
Yep.
Tax. Trigger.
For 8.
Yeah.
Sure. Put me to 4.
Go ahead. This is also a cat token. Because I
Response.
totally forgot that there's
Sack
cats in this.
We're gonna
so-
just get a collection of tokens down here, so in
Academy
the studio,
runes?
so
'Kay,
that
seems fine.
we can just grab them.
You have Chromatic Sphere and 2 Expedition maps in your graveyard, correct?
I wonder what they do at Pro Tours and things like that. Do they just have all possible tokens
Yes.
beside the table?
I think they do. There's
Yeah,
there's
the
a head
judge there.
judge table, I think, that has all of the
Yeah.
tokens. Because if you notice, like, sometimes they're ready for them and already have them
I know,
with them,
I've
but sometimes they have to go run and find them.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes I see them and they just go and they just
Draw.
grab some from the side, and I'm like, how did they already have those?
7, 8,
Tower?
9. Is that 10 mana now?
Yeah, that's 10, 11, 12.
Okay. 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
Mindslaver.
Okay. Oh, did you pay an extra for the
Yeah.
Thalia?
So 6 and 7.
Okay.
Sack.
Yeah.
Take my turn.
Yep.
Okay, seems good.
I see. So on the feature matches, they make sure that they
Anything
have
else?
a guy sitting there with tokens.
That
makes sense. Uh-huh. That's what we need to do.
I'm now suddenly worried. I need a way to draw a card in multiple... Yeah, I think I just lose at this point, too, because I don't have a way to get the ruins into play to get Mindslaver on my upkeep. So I need to find a way to
Well,
live
you-
through this next turn.
Yeah, so you have to live through the next turn to be able to do it. So.
Yeah, pass.
Okay. Flicker this.
Sure.
Oh, I may exile. Whatever. Flicker my Thalia.
Right.
Untap. Upkeep.
And now I
Untap.
control
Here.
your
Okay, so
Yep.
there's what's my hand. Draw.
draw.
Another Restoration Angel.
Um,
Well, it's good to know this deck works on 2 lands that are totally off color.
it does
for my
work
Noble
on
Hierarch.
2 lands.
That's why I was like debating on keeping it. It's because I had the Aether Vial and the Noble 2 Noble Hierarch. So I was like, eh. You should attack.
Oh, right there.
Oh, actually, do you want to put that on the counter? Because we went through that really quickly.
Mm,
To go up to 5.
maybe.
We already drew, but
No, I don't think I'm so worried about it. I'll tap it now. Play an angel, flicker
flicker
your
my elemental token.
elemental.
It comes back into play.
um,
It will not come back into play.
move to attack step.
Okay.
No attackers.
'Kay.
And I think that's all that I can do for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Go to your instep. My instep, I
Your
guess.
instep, yep.
'Kay.
I untap. I draw.
Yeah, the Restoration Angel getting rid of my my token didn't seem too bad.
Ugh. This looks horrible.
For 2.
4 life. Yeah, I can't live through much any other means, so I think I just gotta go for a sphere.
'Kay.
Crack spear for blue.
Hey, David, do you have any cat tokens?
Oh,
Do you have any cat tokens? You should have some cat tokens.
I have some up in the office. Do you want me to get them? Yeah, I'll get them.
I was gonna say make Damon run and go grab them, but
That's all right. I'll go get them. He's doing his job in the chat room.
okay. Sorry, I'm being a diva, like always.
Yeah, I think you got it. I don't think there's really much that I can do.
So you played the Chromatic Sphere to try to
So I can
cantrip, so
play
you can get
a
into
worm coil,
some stuff, which still
but then you still got me
lose.
with the
They
flyers.
just hit you with flyers.
And
Also, did you pay the extra off the Thalia with your Chromatic Sphere?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you paid the blue to to.
Yep. And then I got an Academy Ruins, and then that's it. And then you got me, and then you swing through with the flyers.
Hope I just, I'm not a dumb Magic player. And okay.
But it was good.
So yeah, that's Hate Bears.
That's Hate Bears.
Hate Bears.
You actually didn't get any of the cards that I was really worried about.
Right?
You just pretty much
So,
out aggroed me.
I kind of figured I hit a threshold there that you're gonna AIDS me. AIDS is all is dust. It's the acronym for it.
Okay, because that sounds pretty awkward
Yeah, no,
otherwise.
it's AIDS. Yeah. You're gonna all dust me, and so that's why I was like, I just threw down the Voice Resurgent token because I knew I had the other Breemaz, and so I figured, like worst case, like if you do happen to wrath my board with like 1 or 2 of your aids that you have in the deck, then I could get a token and then start, you know what I mean, crashing in.
Yeah. So Sideboard.
Did we ever find out who what's his name was? I forgot his. Sorry, we're gonna continue once James gets back. But I guess we could talk about sideboarding, huh?
Yeah, go into Sideboard.
And then James could just pull up the oh, shoot. Come on,
So
go down.
You consider that if you activated as well and play Angel off of it, you wouldn't be able to survive an attack. Oh, the one coil that's like locked on the next turn? So Blade, sorry.
If I what?
Did you consider that if you activated his vial and chose not to play Angel off of it, then you would be able to survive an attack with the one coil?
Did you draw?
See, yeah, I drew into the Worm Coil. That wasn't even what I was worried about. Like, I was looking more into emptying his hand and then drawing into another All is Dust or Oblivion Stone, a sort of effect.
Soldier, right?
Yeah.
So that I can
1/1 cat
help him
soldiers.
put more onto the field.
I have 2. Here.
Thank you, sir. Grazie.
All right.
We are playing the Hate Bears game
And I'm back.
with weapons.
All right. So, tell me when you're ready. You're going to go into some sideboarding, I take it.
Yeah.
Yep. This is pretty rough. I'm not too big with Tron, so
Let's see. So I guess that game
Seeing
went
this
to
is my first time playing Hate Bears, so
that game went to Rich.
but it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, with no green sources, with 2 lands, playing 4 drops. It's legit.
all right. So for me coming in, I got 3 Dismember, 1 more All is Dust because he gets all of his guys
Dismember.
almost, and then a Repel to help keep his vials off the battlefield. And then coming out, counter spells seem a little bit less good against him since he's vialing in a lot of stuff. And then Sundering Titan, he doesn't seem to be playing, since he does have the vials, his lands are less important for him. Also, he seems to be playing only 2 sources, which I'm probably going to get him less often and not as relevant when it does hit. So I think that's coming out as well. So
Let's see where I went.
So the question here is, do I actually want? No, I'm gonna test something, which I know you shouldn't do when you're streaming, but I'm gonna test something.
well, these matches aren't that important. I mean, it's just bragging rights. Forever and eternity, so long as they're on.
On YouTube's.
Yeah, on the tubes.
On the YouTubes. So I'm worried about that.
There. It says you're moderator now. It's weird because I click on it, it doesn't show it right away. All right.
Okay, so let's. I'm taking out all my high drops.
And you're just going to try and aggro me out?
Yeah, kind of. Do I want the extra Thalia or the Kasali? I think I'm already running 3, so. Try that. I would bring in Tron on this, but he doesn't care about destroying my stuff. So
Yeah, this is not a matchup for Thrun, to where I think most of my stuff exiles your stuff altogether. Like, I don't have a whole lot of single pinpoint removal. And so the regenerate is going to be pretty much useless. His hexproof is still going to be relevant, but less so.
All right. And I'm going to keep 3 Path to Exiles in. I took 1 out because the fact that he plays a Wormcoil Engine, and even as just as a 2-of, I really, really, really don't want to
I
have to
absolutely
swing
agree.
through a Wormcoil Engine. So,
yeah, Wormcoil is really scary.
I mean, I also brought in the Solid Pride Mage and a Reclamation Stage, which will help, not really, but kind of, because it can also hit some of your artifacts that you're trying to play.
Yeah.
But I just dropped my curve because I don't think I'm going to hit 4s often. So we're going to try it like this, though, and just see. I think the chokes, though, are going to be kind of relevant, so we're going to try it and see.
I don't think that the chokes are going to be as relevant, since I do play islands. I am playing 8, but those are not the big lands for me. Those are more or less
Right,
the
but I mean,
ones
if I
that
can
get
cut
me.
you off 3 lands per turn,
Right.
I mean, that could potentially cut you out of your blue that you need for Academy Run.
Especially if you hit it soon, like earlier in
And
the game.
especially if I do Path or Ghost Quarter your stuff, then you're getting more islands, right? So
I
we're
am
gonna
getting
test
more
it.
islands. All right, I'll be on the play.
Okay.
Oh,
Boys just wanted to play
let
with
me
chokes.
let me
so.
go ahead and go to the deck screen here really quick.
'Kay.
One moment. Thanks for joining us.